Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back and thank you for supporting me. I'm Coretta. In this video, I will be creating the AK rose and holder from Andrina's Creation LLC using my Cricut. Come on y'all, let's get started. For this project, I will be using cardstock in my color choice, metallic cardstock, glitter cardstock, blank stencil sheets in the 6 MIL, and I will be using 3-in-1 beacon glue, art glitter glue, and my 12 by 24 Cricut cutting mat. I will leave a list of these items in the description of this video. To make the AK Rose and AK Rose holder, you will need to go to Andrina's Creation website to purchase and download the template. The file is going to download as a zip file in your File Explorer download folder. You will need to unzip the file, and once the file is unzipped, you will be able to upload it into Cricut Design Space. Please note that you cannot double click on the SVG to open it. You must upload it using Cricut Design Space. In Cricut Design Space, I am going to upload the AK Rose template and the AK Rose holder number 3 SVGs. To upload, I am going to select Upload on the left toolbar. I'm going to select Upload Image. I'm going to select Browse. I am going to navigate to the folder, and I am going to select the AK Rose Holder 3, and I'm going to select Open. On this screen is the file that I am uploading, so I'm going to select Continue on the bottom right. Here is the image detail screen. I'm not going to change anything here, so I'm going to select Continue on the bottom right. I will repeat this process to upload the AK Rose template SVG. Now that I have the templates on the canvas, I am going to resize them according to the instructions. Starting with the AK Rose holder, I am going to select the holder. And then let me zoom out so we can see the whole thing. So I'm going to select the holder, and then on the right, on the layers panel at the top, I'm going to select Ungroup. Next, I am going to select this text here in the middle, and I am going to move it off to the side. And this text here is the instructions on how you should size your template. And so I'm just going to make it a little bigger. And then I'm going to resize the template according to these instructions. So to resize it, I'm going to select all 4 of the layers. And then at the top menu under Size, I am going to unlock the lock proportions, and I am going to update the width and the height according to the instructions. After I resize it, I am going to select the text and I'm going to delete it. I have the template resized and it's the correct size. So now I am going to focus on this gray layer right here. So this layer has dotted lines on it. The dotted lines are the score lines. Cricut will cut these lines as perforated lines so that I can fold the cardstock. To cut this layer with the score lines, I am going to attach the score lines to the gray area. To attach, I am going to select the gray layer and the score lines. And then on the bottom of the layers panel, I am going to select Attached. Next, I want to add a decorative layer. So the pink layer is the base of the AK rose holder. The gray is the acetate, and um then the teal color is the metallic or glitter layer, if you want to use that. And then the purple layer is the decorative layer. So this is the layer that I am going to add a decorative background to. So to add the decorative background, I am going to add some digital paper to the canvas. I downloaded this background from Creative Fabrica, and I will leave a link in the description of the video in case you're interested. I've already uploaded it, so I'm just going to select upload on the left toolbar. I'm going to select my image, and then I'm going to select add to canvas. Now I'm going to take the background image and arrange it to the back. So making sure that the background image is selected, I'm going to go to the top toolbar under Arrange, and I am going to select the drop down menu and select Send to Back. Then I'm going to position it so that it covers the entire purple layer. So I'm going to move this over a little bit, and I'm just going to position the background where I want it so that it covers the entire layer, the entire purple layer. Once I have it positioned, I am going to select the background image and the purple layer. Not like that. The background and the purple layer. Then on the bottom of the layers panel, I am going to select Slice. After it's sliced, I am going to delete the layers that I don't need. So I don't need that layer anymore, and I don't need this purple layer anymore, because this is going to be my decorative layer. Now on the layers panel, you can see that my print and cut has an exclamation mark. This is indicating that the image is too large for my paper size. If I select the exclamation mark, it is going to state that the image is too large for an 8.5 by 11 paper. And it's going to give me two options. The first option is I can auto resize my image, or I can change my paper size. For this project, I am going to select change paper size. When the design space setting open, it will be on the load type tab. Here, I'm just going to change my print and cut page size to 8.5 by 14. And then I'm going to select done. Now the exclamation mark is gone. With all the layers for the AK rose holder complete, I am going to begin working on the rose. I am going to resize the AK rose template according to the instructions. For the rose template, this space here is for you to add a name. So I am going to add a name to this area right here. And to add a name, I am going to select the text icon on the left toolbar. And then in the highlighted text box, I am going to type my name. And then I'm going to click anywhere on the canvas when I'm done typing. With the word still selected, I am going to go to the top toolbar, and I am going to select the font menu. When the window opens, I am going to select System, because I only want to see the fonts that are on my computer. And then in the search bar, I am going to type Barbie. I'm going to select my font, and then I'm going to click anywhere on the canvas to close the window. I am going to use the corner handles to make this a little larger, and then so you can see what I'm doing, I am going to change the color of the text to yellow. So making sure that the text is selected on the top toolbar, I'm going to select the color swatch next to basic cut, and then I'm going to select the yellow, and I'm going to click anywhere on the canvas to close it. Because I'm using a script font, I want to create a single cut path, because right now each letter is shown as an individual letter. So if you can see the cut line here where the R goes with the E, and where the E goes with the T, and the T, and then the A goes with the T. And to correct this, I want to create a single cut path by welding. To weld, I am going to select my text, and then on the bottom of the layers panel, I'm going to select combine and weld. And now those lines, those extra cut lines are welded together and they're no longer there. Next, I am going to thicken up the font so that when I'm cutting it with the cardstock, I don't have any issues with it tearing. And to thicken it, I am going to add an offset. And to add an offset, I am going to make sure that the text is selected. On the top toolbar to the left, I'm going to select Edit. The More Tools panel will open, and I am going to go down to Effects, and I am going to select Offset. I am going to change my distance of my offset to 0.010 and hit enter, and then I'm going to select Apply. I am going to delete the yellow layer because I don't need that layer anymore. And now I need to create an offset layer for the pink rows and for the teal rows. And then so that this can match, I'm going to change the color of this text to the purple. So to create the layers, the offset layers for each rose layer, I'm going to select my text, and on the More Tools panel, I'm going to go to Effects, and I'm going to select Offset. I'm going to change the distance of my offset to 0.050 and hit enter, and then hit Apply. And I'm going to change the color to teal so that it matches the layer with the rose. With the teal offset selected, I am going to select Offset again, and then I'm going to keep this distance of 0.050, and I'm going to select Apply, and I'm going to change this offset to pink. And I'm going to select the Edit icon again to close the window. After adding the offsets, I'm going to select the text and the offsets, and on the top of the layers panel, I am going to select Group. Next, I am going to position the name on the rows. And to do this, I'm going to select the 3 layers of the rows. And on the top toolbar, I'm going to select the drop-down menu for Align, and then select Center. Then I'm going to align the name on the rows so that it fits within the place on the stem. You want to make sure that each side of the name is touching the rose. Now that I have the name positioned, I am going to select the name, and then on the top of the layers panel, I'm going to select ungroup. Then I am going to expand the layers of the rose template. Next, I want to weld the name with the rose. So on the layers panel, I am going to scroll up and I'm going to select the purple name offset. And then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to hold my shift key and I am going to select the AK Rose template layer for the purple rose, the front end and the bottom, the top and the bottom. So I'm going to select this whole section right here. And then on the bottom of the layers panel, I am going to go to combine and weld. And now I have the purple layer welded together. On the layers panel again, I'm going to select the teal name, hold my shift key and select the teal rose. On the bottom of the layers panel, select combine and weld. Then I'm going to select the pink offset, name offset, and hold my shift key and select the pink rose, select combine and weld. Now I want to duplicate the pink layer so that when I glue my rose together, it is sturdy. So to duplicate, I'm going to select the pink layer, and then on top of the layers panel, I am going to select duplicate 3 times. I'm also going to duplicate the teal layer as well. So selecting the teal layer, I am going to go to the top of the layers panel and I am going to duplicate this 2 times. And so that I can keep the holder and the rose separate, I am going to change the color of my layers for the rose. I am going to be changing the layers to match my cardstock that I want to cut it with. So the pink layer, I'm going to select all of the pink layer and I'm going to change this color to red. And then I'm going to select all of the teal and I am going to change this color to black. Next, I want to position all of the red layers so that they will cut together. I am going to be using 12 by 12 cardstock and I want all of the layers to cut together. And so I'm just going to arrange them so that they cut together. So I am going to use the corner handle of the roses so that I can rotate them. So I'm going to use that corner handle and I'm just going to rotate it so that I can position it like that. And this is going to save me on the cardstock. So I'm going to position it like that. And then once I have it positioned, I'm going to select all of the layers and I'm going to select attach on the bottom of the layers panel. And attaching it is going to keep it like this so that when I cut it, it'll all cut out the same on the same mat. I'm going to do the same thing for the black layer. So using the corner handle, I'm just going to rotate it and position, and then position this one select them all and attach. Now I'm ready to select Make on the top right. Here are the templates on its color coordinated mat. Cricut has defaulted to a 12 by 24 cutting mat, but I am going to be using 12 by 12 cardstock. So in order to use the 12 by 12 cardstock, I am just going to position some of the templates to accommodate my 12 by 12 cardstock. To position, I am going to just simply use this circular arrow handle here on the top right, and I'm just going to turn the image. I'm going to position my print then cut all the way to the top because I do not have any 8.5 by 14 cardstock, so I'm going to be using the 12 by 12 cardstock that I'm going to cut down to 8.5 by 11. And so you just want to make sure that your image is the cut line is in the range of the 12 inches. So here is the 12-inch line, and the bottom of my print then cut is somewhere between 11.5 and 12. And then I'm just going to do that for the remaining templates that I'll be cutting out on the 12 by 12 cardstock. After positioning the templates to cut them, I am going to select Continue on the bottom right. On this screen, I am going to select Send to Printer. I'm going to select Next. On this screen, I am going to select my printer. I'm going to leave the Add Bleed on. I'm going to turn on Use System dialog, and I'm going to select Print. The system dialog box will open, and I am going to select my printer, and then I'm going to select Preferences. I'm going to change my paper type to Premium Presentation Matte. I am going to change my quality to Best. I'm going to select OK and Print. On the material screen, I am going to select medium cardstock with more pressure. For my print and cut, I used a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock that I actually cut down to 8.5 inches wide by 12. I am going to be using my 12 by 24 standard grit mat. I am going to place the cardstock on the mat in the upper left-hand corner, and I am going to make sure that I place it on the mat the same way that it shows on my computer screen, and I'm going to make sure that the arrow is pointing up. So now I'm going to get the rose template and the holder cut out, and I'll be back to show you how to assemble it. To assemble, I am going to start with the holder. So I'm going to move all of these pieces out of the way. And I'm going to start with the holder. So for the holder, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stencil sheet and I am going to fold down the perforation marks here. I'm just going to fold them down like that. Make sure you get a good crease. Then I'm going to apply some 3-in-1 beacon glue to the tabs on the holder. So I'm going to apply some glue here. Then I'm going to adhere it to the base layer here, and I'm going to make sure that I get it aligned with the bottom here. So I'm just going to align it and make sure that I get it down here. I am going to then glue the metallic piece to the inside right here. Then I'm going to glue the decorative cardstock on top like that. So I'm finished gluing the holder together, and now I'm going to work on the rose. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to glue all 4 of these layers together, and then these 3 layers together as well. So the red layers and the black layers, I'm going to glue them together. Now I'm going to glue the black layer to the red layer like this. Now I'm going to glue the red glitter and the green glitter to the metallic. Now I'm going to glue the metallic layer to the red and black layer like that. Okay guys, here is the rose holder with the roses. Each one of the roses is has the name of my mom's 3 daughters. So that's me, my sister Kim, and my sister Antoya. And I am going to be giving this to her as one of her gifts for her birthday. That is right after Valentine's Day. These make really good Valentine's Day gifts, or just thinking of you gifts. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. All right, guys, that's all for now. I hope that you're able to follow along with my process. If you like this video and would like to see more, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you could be notified every time I upload a video. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will respond back. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.